Hello everyone, it's Mike here. Welcome to this newest episode of High Heels of Bitcoin. My guest today is Rebecca. I am pretty sure you know her from Twitter. Rebecca is a great person and it was a real pleasure talking to her. But let's find out what about this lemonade. So thumbs up and let's go!
Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca, or I Make Lemonade on Twitter, and I'm really excited to do this interview with Mike Satoshi. I've seen a couple of the episodes that he's put out, and I think it's going to be a good time. And a little bit about me, I live in the United States, in Pennsylvania, and I actually work for nuclear power plant company. Well, actually not the company, but I buy equipment for nuclear power plants, which is kind of interesting. So nothing to do with cryptocurrency or blockchain yet, I guess, but that's a little bit about me.
Yeah, so I think I have to change my background.
Like it.
All right, so first question before we start, I have to ask it. Why I make lemonade? Do you love lemonade?
So it's a saying, really. I think that how it came about was when I first got onto Twitter, I just wanted to come up with something a little bit unique. And I wasn't really involved in the crypto space at that time, but I always try to look at the positive side of things. So even if things are not going so well, you can take lemons and make lemonade. So I try to always make lemonade.
That's it. Plain and simple. I like it.
Yeah, some people actually think I own a lemonade company, or a couple of people have asked me that, but I do like lemonade. It's good.
Yeah, that was my first idea, that it will have something to do with lemonade production.
Yeah. No, I think it's just more about an outlook of life, and how to try to remain in the best light that you can and be positive, and even when the things are burning down around you, you can try to figure out how to make it better.
All right, but I wanted to know, how did you start with cryptocurrency, with blockchain technology? Someone introduced you, or maybe you just found out yourself? How was it?
Yeah, actually, my son, he is a PhD candidate at the University of Arizona, and he did his master's thesis on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So in 2014, 15-ish, he came home and was telling me about it. And he actually helped me to buy my first Bitcoin. He sent me my first Bitcoin on a paper wallet. So we watched a documentary called The Rise and Rise of Bitcoin. And I just sort of got really interested in it. And he's moved on to other studies, but I'm the one who's still studying blockchain and cryptocurrency.
2014, right? So it was just after the last bubble. I think it was the end of the 2013. So it was the best time to buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, too bad I didn't buy an awful lot of it. I was just getting, $5 here, $20 there, just kind of playing around with it. And then I think it was more like 2016 is when I really started to look at more than just Bitcoin. So yeah. Just started to learn a lot about Ethereum and Litecoin as well.
Yeah, of course. Well, now when we know the history of Bitcoin, we all would like to buy in 2013 or maybe 2009 or 2010.
I think it was like $250 when I got my first piece of a Bitcoin. So,
yeah, I think it dropped to 140 or 130 in 2013-14, but yes, it was very cheap.
Yeah, it was. And then as soon as, as it started to kind of go up, my son would send me text messages and say, did you see what happened? And I wasn't really tracking it. It wasn't one of those things. And then every time he would tell me, I'm like, should I sell it? And he's like, no, don't sell it. So I'm glad, I hung on to it, and it was a good move.
But maybe in the next few years, like 5 or 10, people will talk about us. Oh, you were in 2020 in Bitcoin. You bought it for like 10,000. Yeah, it was so cheap.
It was so affordable.
Yeah. All right. we know you own Bitcoin. What about other altcoins?
Yeah, so my favorite altcoin is Litecoin. That's the community that I'm really involved with. And that started in 2000 and I think 2017, I guess, 18, 19, yeah, somewhere around there on Twitter. And I like the people, I like the community, I like the project, I like Charlie Lee. I know some people still give him a hard time about selling, but he did fund the Litecoin Foundation with that money, and so that nonprofit was very lucky to have that happen. I like Ethereum. I liked it's interesting to read about all the projects that are being built upon it, and it'll be interesting to see if any of them really pan out. So those are things that I really enjoy. I've learned a lot about Digibyte recently, and that's also very interesting, but I just like to read about the projects. I don't buy a lot of altcoins. I would say my big three are Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum.
I am not surprised, to be honest. When I checked your Twitter profile and found that you're part of Litecoin community, I knew you will, you will say Litecoin. To be honest, I think I've told that to Lisa or maybe Kat. Litecoin in Poland is not so popular. It's just faster Bitcoin. Yeah, we don't have.
Right.
Yeah, we don't have huge community, Litecoin community here. We have great Lisk community or XRP. Bitcoin, of course, but Litecoin it's not so popular.
Do you know why, or just because it's faster Bitcoin? They don't see it.
To be honest, I have no idea.
Yeah. So
Can't answer the question.
Yeah, I was in Croatia a couple years ago, and I went to a cocktail lounge, and they actually on the menu it said accepts Bitcoin. So I went up to the bartender and I was like, "Oh, I'll pay you in Bitcoin." And I said, "But would you take Litecoin? Because I'd rather spend my Litecoin." And he's like, "Oh, I'll take Litecoin too." So that's how I paid. Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, I'll take that." So yeah, I mean, I don't like to give up my Bitcoin.
We have in Poland we have website food delivery service called Pyszne.pl. Its loose translation is delicious.pl, and we can order food using cryptocurrencies. It's Bitcoin, I think it's Tether, and Litecoin is there too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
And they don't have huge fees, so it's pretty affordable. So it's not like you pay like $10 in place, and then when you try to order it, you pay $15. No, it's not like that. It's very cheap.
That's neat.
All right. Now I wanted to ask you about Crypto Campfire. It's podcast or video series?
Yes, it's a podcast. Mitch and the professor are the two hosts. And the Crypto Gent does a little news update for each episode. And Rhonda, Hippie Nerd, she does the intro for it. So I started to I met Mitch last year. It even might be the year before. I can't remember anymore. But I met him and he was just getting started with that podcast. And then I started to talk to them a little bit online. And I just said, if you guys needed help, I'd be happy to help out in any way. So they said that they needed some help. They keeping track of their schedules. So basically I'm the coordinator for the campfire. So if anybody wants to be on, people reach out to me. I send them the calendar. I send reminders to remind people they have an upcoming interview. And it's been a lot of fun because I've met so many new people that way. And Mitch and the professor, they just do so many. It's unbelievable. I don't know how they keep up and how they have their families and their real jobs and everything else, but they're very passionate about it. And I'm really happy to be part of it.
Yeah, people ask me exactly the same question. How do you find time to produce all those episodes? Because basically I upload to YouTube daily. I have recently started using Vibravit, decentralized platform, because I have been banned from YouTube for another day. It's I think it's my fourth time.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, the first time was some kind of coordinated attack, because some people were reporting my videos, but it was all restored. The second time it was YouTube testing algorithms, Third time, the same thing. Last huge. I think you have heard about it. So many,
Yeah.
so many YouTubers banned on YouTube,
Yeah.
and last day was only one day because I've been warned on 31st of January, and then I have received first strike on 4th of February, and then they have lifted their strike on 5th. So it was one day.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll try not to be controversial, so you can.
Yeah, no. It was they were testing some things again because I don't know if you have heard English. So I don't use it every day, so
Yeah.
so my tongue gets
Yeah, I
fixed.
understand.
Yeah.
I get tongue-tied too. um, yeah, you know what? One more thing about the campfire too. A guy named Benza from Australia just kind of started working with them too. So all of their graphic arts, if you look at all of their Twitter pages, he's starting to do all the cool artwork for them and updated their logo, and it's really cool too. So give a little shout out to him.
To be honest, the biggest problem for me personally is to how to catch up with all these content creators. It's impossible. When I tried to prepare the interview with you, I had to check your social media profiles. I started to listen to Crypto Campfire, and I cannot catch up with everything. And then my Polish colleagues, they are producing daily as well, so I cannot even see them all and watch them all.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot to sift through, and there's a lot of really cool people doing cool things. So you have to pick and choose. And what else can you do? Not enough hours in the day.
Yeah, I have. I observe on Twitter a few cool crypto ladies, and my phone is like she has added and then one again, and then another notice, another notice, another notice. So Twitter is. All right. So you've mentioned Litecoin Foundation. I think your profile says Litecoin Foundation volunteer, right? So what does it mean exactly? I know what volunteer means, but
So I'm actually really proud of this. I've been in the community for a while, and we've on Twitter been very supportive of not just each other, but the whole project, and trying to get the awareness out that it's faster Bitcoin, and you can use it to buy things. And I know there's tax implications in the United States, so we have to be careful about that. But I think it's something that's feasible that will become a currency at some point. But last year, right before the Litecoin Summit in October, David Schwartz reached out to me and asked me if I would be a volunteer for the foundation. So I was very excited about that. And I said, yes, of course. And now I'm actually on the core team for planning the next Litecoin Summit this year. So I'm super excited about that. I'm a little still tentative, a little apprehensive because I'm not sure what it all entails. I've never helped plan a conference before, but I'm going to give it my best shot, and I think it's going to be pretty awesome.
You've mentioned David Schwartz, right?
Yes.
Isn't he the guy from? No, I thought he was from Ripple, but no, David Schwartz is.
Oh, there's I think another David. I think they share the same name.
Right.
Yeah, so David Schwartz, the David Schwartz that I talk with, he's part of the Litecoin Foundation, and he and John Kim have started their own business called Cornerstone Global. So I think they partnered with a lot of different entities, and they're want to implement getting paid in cryptocurrency. So if you, I think they're beta testing their product right now.
By the way, did you meet Charlie Lee in person?
I did, and I have a picture to prove it. Yeah, it was pretty cool. He's very nice. He's very reserved and quiet. So yeah, at the summit, I definitely had to introduce myself and get the photograph. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's one of the most popular personalities, I should say, in crypto space. Satoshi is unknown. Some people claim that they are Satoshi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a very nice man. Really nice to meet him. He's very accommodating to everybody, and I wish I had a little more time to actually talk to him and hang out. But I volunteered last year, so I had to go be a good person and go to bed early and wake up early, and I don't want to get into that trap of staying up too late.
Yeah, all right. You have also mentioned taxes. So is IRS still hunting people? Do you have clear regulations, or do you still don't know how to pay taxes in US?
It's not clear. I mean, it's up to you as an individual if you use your cryptocurrency to keep track of your gains, your losses, and then report that. And there is a form and there are some guidelines, but they treat it more like a product, like rather than money. So you end up getting capital gains, which is why I might buy like a sandwich or a cocktail or something like that, but I'm not out buying like a house with it. I know that this is the first year for 2019 taxes. We have to do our taxes now by the end of, I think, or the beginning of April or whatever. But they have a question for the first time, just asking if you have bought or sold cryptocurrency. No details, just this yes or no question. So it's going to be interesting to see where our government takes it. I don't know what. Hopefully, we get some clearer guidelines on it.
I have heard that when you travel to the United States, you have to declare. I don't know if it's true. You have to declare if you own cryptocurrencies, if you take any of them with you. So I don't know if it's true.
I don't know. I don't think. I mean, I haven't heard that. That could be the case. I'm not really sure. But I haven't heard that yet. I'm definitely going to look and see if I can Google it and find out, because that would be really strange.
I've been asking different people about it that travel to the United States. I've never been to the States yet, but now we don't have to apply for visa anymore. I think it was last year that we finally don't need visas to United States. So after so many years, so maybe I will visit someday. But I think one person told me that she had to declare how many cryptocurrencies and things like that, and she told me, don't bring your ledger with you, because don't bring your ledger with you. And I think 3 other people told me, no, that's not true. No one asked me about it. So
I would be surprised if the immigration or the TSA even knows about it. I don't know. That's interesting. Definitely something to look at.
Yeah, of course you can always keep 12 words in your mind, and no one will know. So
that's great.
Yeah. So in Poland we have similar taxes, because we pay capital gains tax. But there are a couple of changes, because when we only pay it when we exchange crypto to fiat currency. So, but we still don't know if it happens when we exchange it on exchange, or when we transfer it to our bank account, because exchange can go with your money, and then I have to pay the tax, but I didn't see any penny. So it's very, very stupid, and we have to declare in our yearly tax declaration or things like that. Yeah, we also have to send it to our IRS until the end of April, and we have to declare which cryptocurrencies did we buy, because if we won't do it, when we sell, we can't use them as costs. I know if I sound clear. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you have to actually tell them which ones you purchased.
Which ones and how much did you pay for them. Of course, no one does it. No one does it.
Yeah.
It's not like when I buy Bitcoin for 10K, I'm going to sell it for 11. I'm going to sell it for 1 million. So even so, screw the costs. I will sell it and pay the tax like I would get it for free. So it doesn't matter. All right. What do you think about current market situation? Because we see green candles, Bitcoin is almost at 10K. What do you think? Are we going to the moon, or maybe it's just another quick and then we will go down?
I think that's the one thing I learned at the end of 2017 and the beginning of 2018. I can't predict what's going to happen. I think, to me, the most what's the word? What I found is that it seems to be growing slowly. The growth of it's not this huge spike that comes up and then it's going back down. It seems to be holding its ground and then moving to the next level. So I like that. I think it makes me more comfortable that I'm just watching it grow and people are learning about it and entering the space and buying it, rather than having people with lots of Bitcoin fluctuating the price. So the prediction, I'd love for it to moon. I'd like to see it like, I mean, I think it would be great if we just went to the past all-time high this year, and that would be very exciting. I still won't sell my Bitcoin, but yeah, it's definitely, you need a crystal ball. I don't do TA. I have no idea what it's going to do.
Yeah, same here. When someone asks me how much Bitcoin will cost, I need to take my crystal ball and look at it.
Yeah, that's right. I have no predictions, and I actually don't even really look at the price that much anymore. 2018, I was just fixated on like, what's the price? What's the price? And then it was like, oh my God, I can't do this to myself every day. It doesn't matter what the price is going to be because I'm still in it. So
I've been starting my adventure in 2017. At the end, my channel, my first video was uploaded on the December 4th, 2017. So it was just the end. And then I've been seeing that people are losing their minds. They couldn't stand the losses, and many of them left. But then in 2019, I think it was June, when Bitcoin reached, it was like 14K.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, they started coming back, and now I know they are back. But do you know what the difference? 2020 is that alts are back, because people were saying, all right, Bitcoin is rising, but the altcoins are dead. They are dead. They won't rise anymore. And now we have so many altcoins that are, Bitcoin is slowly rising, but altcoins are going like 100 up, 200% up. Yeah. So yeah. So
yeah. It's fascinating, and I'm just gonna keep watching and see what happens. But
but it's sad. It's sad because 95% of all the people in crypto space, they only care about the prices. They don't care about the technology. They don't care about the market adoption. They don't care about new international companies entering the space. No. How much is the Bitcoin worth? How much will I earn? When Lambo?
Right. Yeah, I think people look at it like it's going to make them rich. And I mean, in some way that's exciting, but I think Lightning Network and some of these other things that are being worked on they're fascinating. And like I said, I am not a technical person. I don't code. I read a lot and I try to understand what's happening. And that's the most interesting part to me. So if I can make a little money in the meantime, that's cool too. But it's just going to be interesting to see how the world changes over the next several years.
All right, now the next question about events, about meetings, but I don't want to, I want to spell it correctly because it's Pittsburgh. How do you spell? It's in Polish.
In Polish, it's and it's Pitts.
Yeah, I know, but
URGH.
So it's Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh with an H at the end, yeah.
So Pittsburgh. All right, so exactly the same like we call it in Poland, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Perfect. Oh, I thought you said how do you spell it? Yeah.
yeah. So it's Pittsburgh Proud, right?
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
So it's like a local meeting or maybe crypto conference.
So Pittsburgh Proud is more of a saying that people that live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, we are definitely a proud city. We had tremendous losses in industry in the 80s when I was much younger. All of the steel industry went away and the city was dirty and poor, and but people here stayed and we reinvented ourselves. We're now a technology city. Hospitals, universities, innovation. We've cleaned it up. All of the brownfields are getting restored into clean places, and it's really cool. The change in the last 20 years in Pittsburgh is it's phenomenal. So like if you tell people you live here, they still have this image of a sooty, yucky city filled with, smoke and they think of the Pittsburgh Steelers, our football team, but they don't think of it as a green space with all these wonderful things. So That's why I have Pittsburgh Proud in my logo. The meetup that I host is called Blockchain in the Berg.
Ah, right. My bad. It was my mistake. Right.
Okay.
So, what can you tell me about this meeting?
So last year, a woman, Laura, she's LT, loves Digibyte. She and I met. She moved to Pittsburgh with her daughter, and we had lunch. And she had hosted a Digibyte meetup in North Carolina, where she used to live, and asked me if I wanted to do a meetup with her in Pittsburgh. And I was like, absolutely, that would be a lot of fun. So she came up with the name. I have to give her credit. It's really cool. So it's Blockchain in the Berg. And it's just about anything blockchain or cryptocurrency. It doesn't have to be about Bitcoin. We talk about everything. So we've actually had a very positive response. We hosted our 7th meetup last week. And we had about 35 people. Lots of new people came. And I don't know if that had to do with the price going up, but it was great to see some familiar faces and to see a bunch of new faces. And we have another woman that joined. So yay. I wasn't the only woman there. But yeah, it's great. It's we've had great conversations. People ask great questions. We've had some wonderful speakers. So it's a lot of fun.
I think the price is a very important factor in local meetings, because I run local meeting in my city myself, and then we usually meet like 20 people, 25, and it was, I think it was July 2019, it was like 40 people or 45 even. So yes.
Yeah, it's great. And then we actually hold it. There's a space where I live on the north side of Pittsburgh that has a free classroom setting that you just have to reserve, and there's room for 60 people. So I'm waiting for the day that we get 60 reservations, and and then afterwards there's a place to go eat and have a drink right outside the building. So we some of us go and get to know each other more personally and hang out and share a meal together, and that's always fun too.
I am very happy myself, because we also have, thanks to our local software company, they don't take money from us. We have a conference room, we have like, how do you call it, projector or...
Right.
You know, we can project.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
because it can be very expensive. And
yes, of course. And we have like, I think we can fit 100 people in there.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, so it's a lot of space. So we are safe for now.
Yeah.
But I am also waiting for this our conference room to be full. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, someday. So it's like crypto in the Berg, right? Blockchain. Yeah.
That's okay.
To be honest.
What's your talk?
My city is called Białystok, but you can loosely translate in white, because Biały is white, so it's white stock, and we call it crypto stock.
Oh, cool! That's a great name.
Yeah, so I think it will be 13th or 14th meeting next this February. It is on 21st, because we always meet on the second Friday of each month. But you know, 14th of February is International Valentine's Day, so
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we had to move. Yeah, we had to move our meeting. But there are people visiting us even from Warsaw. So it's like local meeting, but people from other cities come to see us. So I think it's pretty successful.
That's great. We've had the same. There's a couple of people that come from Youngstown, Ohio, which is about an hour from us. And then the last meeting that we had, R.L. Breyer spoke, and we had somebody fly in from New Jersey, drive in from Philadelphia. It's like 5 hours from here. So I was like, whoa, that was great. So yeah, I think if we find something that they're interested in, it's worth their time.
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine the United States geography. I don't remember it from school, but if you ask me, when I thought where Pittsburgh is, I think it is south from New York, or when you said Ohio, then it's south.
yeah, well, Pennsylvania is a pretty large state, so we're bordered by Ohio to the west, and then oh gosh, my east of us is New York City. So Philadelphia is on the east side of Pennsylvania, New Jersey's east of us. So yeah.
All right. By the way, any other crypto conferences? Do you travel to the other cities maybe?
I haven't yet. Last year I did a meetup in New Jersey. That was just a casual meetup. I think Bitcoin Ben was the host of it. But a lot of the Litecoin people that I talked to are from New Jersey. So that was the first time I actually went and met everybody a lot of people in real life. Then I did the Litecoin Summit. I think this year, there's one called Coinvention that's going to be in the fall. And it was the first one last year, but I was not able to go. So I'd like to go to that one because it's only 5 hours from my house. And then of course the Litecoin Summit, but yeah, I'm interested. I'd actually like to put on with Laura, with my meetup partner, we want to put on our own conference in Pittsburgh for non-ICO projects. So like working with Change Angel and all of the tokens that they support. So we're trying to work on that, crossing my fingers that works out.
Yeah, I will keep my fingers crossed. It's much easier for me because Poland is much smaller. It's like Poland is like one state in United States. Yeah. So it's like, I think it's 500, maybe 450 miles from one border to the other. So I can. So it's like 6-7 hours driving the car. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so much easier for me.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's now talk about crypto Twitter, because for me personally, crypto Twitter, I think it's the best social media platform for content creators, because there are so many funny tweets and there are so many informations. It's hard to keep track of all of them.
Right. I agree.
So what do you think about the crypto Twitter, and do you have any favorite profiles, especially with women, because I always try to find more ladies to talk to in my High Heels of Bitcoin?
Yeah, so if we'll start with the ladies. You've already interviewed a lot of the women that I talked to on Twitter or have met. Lisa, Litecoin Lisa, Red Cat, Michelle Mame from California, Lariana. So these are all people that I watch. Oh, Wendy O.
I did interview with her too.
She's great. I'm trying to think. So Laura, my meetup partner, I would suggest reaching out to her. She's great to watch. She's on the Digibyte core team, and she's just a powerhouse. She's amazing. She's an amazing woman. Trying to think who else. Oh, Snow. Do you know Cryptic Snow? She's from Australia. She does a lot with Tron, with the Beatscoin project.
Beatscoin, yeah.
Yeah. She'd be a great person. I'll send you an email with their
handle. Of course. I will be very grateful. Very grateful because so I will wait for your email.
Yeah, as far as it's mostly men. There's not a lot of women still, but I love Witty. Witty makes me laugh. Him and Colin the Ocelot, they're hysterical. So I always follow them, and if I need to be cheered up, they usually can do that. Do you know Cody?
Yeah, I know Cody. Yes, of course.
Cody is hysterical. He makes me laugh too. So so those are some of the guys, and then of course the campfire guys and just whomever. There's so many fun people. I love Twitter.
Yes, I completely agree. I have to tell you about one thing, because concerning women in crypto space, I agree. There are not a lot of crypto women, because I think it's like 5% of all of them. But you know what? In Poland, we have a special meeting for ladies only. Maybe not for ladies only, because everyone can join. It's called Blockchain Girls, and last one was in Warsaw, and I was there, and it was like 3, maybe 4 guys and 100 women. So I was shocked because it was more women than in all the crypto conferences I visited altogether. So
that's incredible. That would feel awesome. I would really enjoy to have a meetup with a powerhouse of women, but I think it would be really neat.
You know why this happens? Because I think the girls are shy because it's like one girl. I talked to one of the girls, and she says, "All right, I am in cryptocurrency space for 2 years, but I don't think I know enough." And I talk to her, and and I say, "Girl, you know more than most of the men in this crypto space. Why are you shy? You have all the knowledge. Of course, we always have to learn, but don't be shy. Go to this conference and that and that and that. Don't be shy."
I think you just made a really good point. There's always that question about why women aren't participating, and we make the assumption that they aren't participating. I'm very much the same way. Even though I had been reading about Bitcoin and talking to my son and learning, I didn't have the words, and I didn't want to look like I didn't know what I was talking about. So I never really engaged with a lot of people. And then once I started to talk about it, I found the words, you know. So, but I think women are much more prone to want to look like they know what they're doing and don't want people to think they're making a fool of themselves. So that is really interesting that you pointed that out. I don't think I've heard anybody else say that. So it's not necessarily a risk aversion or they're not interested, or, you know, it is that people are interested. They're just more reserved about sharing what they know and making sure that they understand it.
That's the main idea why I have started this High Heels of Bitcoin, because I wanted to show the community that there are great ladies in this community and they know what they are doing. And it's not like when you look at the graphics, you think, okay, well, they will talk about beauty, about, I don't know, fashion, or things like that. And no, that's the main shock, because there are some very great ladies in this community. Like I said, they know what they are doing. They have a lot of knowledge. So it's time to show them to the community.
I love the name of the show too. That's a great.
I think it's 25th episode. Let me quickly check it, because I have lost track of it. Right, where is it? There it is. Yeah, no, it is 25th episode. Yeah.
Well, I'm a milestone then.
Yeah.
Good. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. All right, now let's leave the crypto space. Let me tell me about your hobbies, about things that you like to do when you do not think about Bitcoin, about things connected to crypto and blockchain.
Sure. So yeah, I'm married and actually will be married for 10 years on the 14th of February. Ooh, Valentine's Day. Such a weird day to get married. But I've been with my husband, my partner, for over 20 years. So we do a lot together. We love to travel. That's probably our favorite thing. And we enjoy restaurants. We enjoy museums. I personally, he doesn't like yoga. I tried to get him to do that, but I'm a big yoga person. He actually kind of hurt himself, so I feel badly about that. He tried to push it, you know, wanted to make sure I knew he was really limber. And I'm like, don't do that. Yeah. We're all built differently, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but those are really kind of my favorite things. I do like to read. I've kind of gotten away from reading. Now when I read, I'm reading about blockchain or reading Andreas Antonopoulos books, but I'm still trying to get back to reading the types of things I did before I really got into. So,
yeah.
Oh, you have your handy book right there.
Yeah, but as you can see, it's progressing very slowly because
I don't have that one. I have the Internet of Money 1 through 3.
I think
technical one. I don't know if I could.
No, I think it's for the programmers mostly, for I don't know, software developers, because it's very hard. There are better books. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, and then I love. You could tell I love the city of Pittsburgh. So I love all the neighborhoods. I love everything that we go down. We have the 3 rivers. We have places to go hiking. We have bike trails. It's just, you know, I like to be outside. Right now it's cold, probably close to like your temperature. I think we're about the same as far as being chilly. Like snowy out, and yeah.
Well, to be honest, we have no winter in Poland. It's very weird because I think the lowest, of course, we use Celsius and you use Fahrenheit, so it's like miles and kilometers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 degrees below zero. Zero is the temperature of water freezing.
Right.
So there's no winter. To be honest, we usually go. I like going to the forest and searching for mushrooms, and we usually do it on autumn. So it's like September, sometimes October, and I think it was, yeah, it was January that my colleague went to the forest because there is no snow. It was
Wow.
like snowing maybe 2 days or 3 days this and last year, and of course next day the snow was gone, and he
Yeah.
found 4 kilos of mushrooms. So it's it's completely ridiculous because you don't search for mushrooms in on January.
Yeah,
So
that's so wild. I know. We were in Berlin in June, early June, like the first 2 weeks, my husband and I, and we were like, oh, it's going to be the perfect weather. For us, it was in the 70s, no air conditioning in the Airbnb that we rented. Luckily, lots of windows, but it was like 95 degrees. It was so hot. We were melting.
yes, the last summer in Europe was very hot.
It
Yes.
was brutal.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We went one time on the train, not the U-Bahn, the one above. And it was like, I was like, get me out of here. I'm just gonna die. I can't breathe. It's so hot. Yeah, we ended up riding our bikes everywhere.
What do you think about Berlin? If you have mentioned Berlin,
man.
yeah,
What a well, I just loved it. I loved the attitude of the city. I love the people. We were there for 2 weeks. I didn't want to leave. I just love it there. And we were close to Poland, so we have to make our way there sometime too.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
yeah.
It's definitely worth checking out.
Oh yeah. We had a great time.
Yeah, I've been to Berlin like, I don't know, 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, and even
Yeah.
after the war it was rebuilt. There's of course the new new city, but there is an
Yeah.
old town. I think it's called Old Town, right? So I've been walking down those streets and all those sculptures and
Yeah, it was really, it was the difference between the East and the West. And we
Yeah.
stayed in the West side on the canal. We had swans swimming, it was gorgeous, and all the parks and the nightclubs. It's fun. We love the music. So that was cool.
Yeah, Germany is one country now, but there is still a difference because between East Germany and West Germany. So yeah. Communists did their job destroying
Yeah, for sure.
the nation. I know because we were communist country for like, I don't know, 50 years, and we still feel it. So
Yeah, for sure.
all right, my last question for today is what are your plans? What do you plan? Where do you see yourself in the future? Like, I don't know, 1 year, 5 years?
Well, my plans personally, or just in the crypto space, or
Both.
or anything.
Both.
Whatever, both. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I probably will still be doing the same thing that I'm doing now. I mean, I enjoy my real life job where I make money and all that fun stuff. So I hope I'm still there. If anybody wants to buy a nuclear power plant, give me a call.
I think Poland is thinking about nuclear plant, but it's like
yeah, we're talking to you about it.
yeah, I think it's last time I've been listening to the radio, they told that it costs like, I don't know, $30 billion for the nuclear plant. So
3 billion.
30 billion. 30 billion. I think. Yeah.
I'm not. That seems to maybe high. I'm not sure, honestly. I buy the pieces of parts.
Yeah. Maybe it's the complete cost because I don't know.
Yeah. So I do know that was in our project plan. So that's really interesting. That was sort of a surprise. We've been talking with India for a long time. So you never know. We'll see what happens. So yeah, I do enjoy buying all these really awesome pieces of equipment. But then as far as the crypto space, I'd like to continue the meetups. I'd just like to continue maybe going to more conferences. Might be fun if I actually get up the nerve to do some sort of presentation at our meetup and maybe take that on the road. I don't know, think about those things, but I love networking and I love meeting people. And this has given me the opportunity to meet people from all over the world that do all sorts of different things, whether it's full-time crypto or charity work or travel the world and do crypto conferences. Like it's fascinating. So I know I'm never going to leave the space.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's why I travel to many different cities in Poland and participate in different meetings and in conferences, because the community is great. There are always new people there. There are always fun people, and I have so many friends in Poland and around the world. So everywhere I go, if I go, there will be someone to go and drink a beer or just talk about crypto, and not only crypto.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I've formed great friendships, and I never understood how people could become friends online. And now I understand it, because it's true. You can really get to know people. And then when you meet them in real life and they're like they were on Twitter, it's fascinating. So I feel very fortunate.
Yeah, blockchain, Bitcoin proves that we truly live in a global village.
Absolutely. Yeah. So.
All right. Thanks so much for your time. It was great talking to you.
I appreciate you asking me to be on, and really, hopefully we get to meet someday soon. Yeah. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, of course, completely agree.
And I like beer, so we can have a beer together.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right. So that would be all. Let's say goodbye to our audience.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Bye.